Hey y'all, it's Tap In Tuesday, so let's tap in. So, look, this week I simply wanted to check in on you. I know that we are going through a pandemic, something that many of us have never seen before, never lived through before. We have, experienced that panic phase. We've experienced that fearful phase. We've experienced that phase of kind of living through the unknown. And now I think we're kind of at like a standstill of what's next, what's going to happen next. When are things going to go back to normal, as we knew it? When are things going to kind of shift? When are we going to be able to get back to our usual schedules, our regular routines? And so I wanted to just check in to make sure that you are practicing those self-care things that we talked about earlier this year. I know when we get in the midst of crisis or in the midst of a pandemic, or things that kind of throw us off schedule, we throw out all those things that are healthy for us to use and we go into our phase of unhealthy coping, right? Of unhealthy ways of taking care of ourselves. And so I wanted to make sure that we are still implementing those self-care tips, those daily self-care tips, those organization skills, the time management. You're taking a walk, you're really kind of sitting and reflecting on the positive, the good things. In the midst of all of this, I promise you, there are still some good things that are going on. If you've not been diagnosed with COVID-19, that's amazing. If you've recovered from COVID-19, that's amazing. If you're still receiving income, that's a plus. There are people whose lives have completely changed, have completely been shifted, and some of us have been able to maintain. I am grateful to God that I've been able to maintain. I still go to work every day. I'm still feeling well. I'm good in my body. My family is well. My friends, the people who are connected to me as well are well. So we have so many things to be grateful for. And, we have some people who that's not their story. They have some things, that have turned for them, some things that have affected them, in the negative way or what seems like the negative way. But I wanted to encourage you that this, my friend, is not the end. God always promised that those things that we experience, that he's going to work it together for our good. That if we love him, if you love him, he will work it together for your good. So don't be discouraged. Please try to manage your frustration. Those emotions, experience them, feel them, express them. Don't allow them to take over your life though. Okay. We are so impressionable, like during times of panic and crisis, right? That we can allow the situation and everything around us to affect how we respond, how we react, how we think, how we behave. I want us to do our best to control the situation and not allow the situation to control you. All I really wanted to do is check in. I didn't want to throw too much at you today. I really wanted to check in. How are you doing? Sit down and ask yourself that and respond to yourself in writing or verbally, or sit with a friend and kind of talk about how you're doing, because that's important during this time, that you check in with yourself, that I check in with you, and that we check in with those that we love to make sure that they're okay during this time, and then to help out in any way if possible. Y'all have a wonderful day. I promise you guys, we're gonna get through this. I trust God that he is working something out in the midst of this pandemic. And for us, we're going to see the good in it, and he is going to get the glory for all of it. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I look forward to tapping in with you next week.